you.
Under the unrelenting gaze of who I was in younger days, I analyzed the movie of my life. spend the afternoon in a bar, thinking they're gonna solve all the world's problems. They don't even think to solve their own. They say, where you going in that polka dotted dress, sexy chocolate? You're taking a man home tonight. Ain't nobody going home with me. Unless they're gonna pay my rent. Ain't nothing wrong with me. A little liquor won't fix. And everybody loves me when I sing the blues. When I stepped into the river, I knew where those stones was at. I took a dip in a Vermilion bayou, got eaten alive by rednecks. They say I got a monkey on my back, but no peanut in my tree. The things I need the most is most easily reached. Come on and sugar, I dunk you under for Jesus. Was that a baptism or a bath? Ain't nothing wrong with me. A little money can't change. And everybody loves me when I sing the blues.
Hey man, wait a minute, I'll be right back. I gotta go drop off some money. Well, put another dollar into the jukebox, baby, so I can play our favorite track.
Ain't nothing wrong with me. A little money can't change. Everybody loves me.
Welcome, everyone. How's everybody doing this evening? It's good to be out, right? We appreciate you guys being out and coming out for some live music, and we're real pleased to have this young man back in the house again. This is for a CD release. And actually, Aaron, I've neglected to learn the name of your CD. I missed something. What's the name of the CD?
It's Dream Rich, Dirt Poor.
Dream Rich, Dirt Poor. I think we can all relate to that. Before we get started, I want to say a couple things. One is they will have some merch out front after the show. We'll be doing one 90-minute set. If you would, I didn't bring my cell phone up here, but if you have a cell phone, just please turn that off so that it doesn't make a noise during the middle of the concert. And the other thing I wanted to point out is there is a tip vessel up here that we affectionately call Anita C. Cash. And Anita is an Ashevillean, and so she's non-denominational. She'll take any size bill you got right there if you'd like. And we don't normally have a tip jar during normal times when you have a ticketed show, but because of the last year and the fact that most of the musicians haven't had an opportunity to work, we're hoping they can make twice as much money in 2021 as they did. Well, not twice as much in 2020. I think 0 times 2 is still 0. But in any event, if you feel free to come up and fill up that vessel if you'd like. You're not obligated to, but if you don't, we're watching. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Or buy some merch back there. All right, you guys ready for a little live music?
Yeah. I think so. Are we tuned up and ready to go? Not Aaron.
Not ready.
He's still ready.
Tell a joke.
I don't know. I only know banjo jokes, and you're the one that's tuning.
2 strings walk into a bar.
I think the one is about if a banjo player and a guitar player jump off of a really high building, which one hits the ground first? Well, supposedly the guitar player, because the banjo player has to stop and tune, but we now know that that's not true. What were you doing in the green room, Aaron? Primping?
Well, my guitar was out here, Scott.
Touche. All right, guys, put your hands together and please make welcome Aaron Burdett.
Thank you, Scott. Thank you all for being here. What was I doing in the green room? There's a place that I left when I headed for the west in search of my fortune and fame. You know I never even noticed it, but now it's gone, and I long for the sweet Carolina day. And I'm going home to Carolina. I'm going home, this time I hope to stay. I'm going home to Carolina. These Blue Ridge Mountains, they drive my pain away. And my father, he grew up in those mountains. He farmed the soil his father did before. Mama said he drove that team on the very day he died, plowing perfect furrows in the soil. I'm going home to Carolina. I'm going home, this time I hope to stay. I'm going home to Carolina. Those Blue Ridge Mountains drive my pain away. Daniel? In the fall of '49, I laid claim to this mine just half a mile due east of Sutter's Mill. But the flats of California never can compare to my home in the Carolina Hills. And I'm going home to Carolina. I'm going home, this time I hope to stay. I'm going home to Carolina. Those Blue Ridge Mountains, they drive my pain away. How about it, Laura? For all my years beneath this rocky soil, I've little to show for my pain. There's a couple golden nuggets, there's a couple memories earned, and a nagging feeling I can't push away. I'm going home to Carolina. I'm going home, this time I hope to stay. Going home to Carolina. These Blue Ridge Mountains drive my pain away. Blue Ridge Mountains, they just drive my pain away. Oh, thank you very much, guys. That's Daniel Ullum on the mandolin and Laura Ray on the banjo. That's Kim France on the bass, but I'll introduce her later. How's your food? Okay, that's what I figured. So we got a whole bunch of new songs to play for you tonight. They're new to you. They're fairly new to us, to be perfectly honest with you. We're going to open up, getting warmed up with a couple oldies but goodies. This one's a song about a day job called It's a Livin'. To the glass doors of these hallowed halls, and I'm counting the minutes down. I'll do my part, bide my time, take care of all the work that's mine, you know. I've got plenty to do without picking up the slack for these other fools. There's a pay check end of the week, seems a little smaller every time to me. I'm standing in the red, but I can see the black. It's close enough to keep me coming back. It's 11. Burned so many hours in this building. After all this time, if I was gone 2 weeks, they'd forget I was ever here. It's good to have the bills paid. It's a precious trade. Spending half of my time on something I don't like to pay for the half I do. But it's 11, yeah. It's 11, yeah. Kid, well, my old man ran his own business with his own two hands. Every day he labored through, but I guess it was what he wanted to do. It looked like too much work to me. His weekends were just another day of the week, and I decided way back then that I'd only be working when I went in. And this office job, it ain't too hard. Easy on the back, but hard on the heart. I swear 8 hours at this desk can suck the brain right out of your head. It's 11, burned so many hours in this building. After all this time, if I was gone 2 weeks, they'd forget I was ever here. It's good to have the bills paid, but it's a precious trade. Spending half of my time on something I don't like to pay for the half I do. But it's 11, yeah. It's 11, yeah. Day in, day out, it's a matter of time. You dig up the doubts and you push them down. It ain't all bad and it ain't all good. I'm doing both better and worse than I ever thought I could. Ever thought I could. It's 11, burned so many hours in this building. After all this time, if I was gone 2 weeks, they'd forget I was ever here. It's good to have the bills paid, but it's a precious trade. Spending half of my time on something I don't like to pay for half I do. But it's 11, yeah. It's 11, yeah. It's 11. A funny thing to call it, but it's 11. And I'm counting that minutes down. It's 11. I can't do without it, but it's 11. Yes, I'm living now. Hey. So, we have a new album out. And the title was taken from this song, which was, it's not the first single we released, but it's one of the early ones. This song's called Dirt Poor. And actually, many of the people who that song was written about are in this room tonight. I'm not going to tell which ones. But I don't think I'm going to talk about it. I think we'll just play it. Let's think back to the lay of the land 40 years ago. Building a life and building a home, not knowing where it would go. There was rain in the roof and snakes on the stoop. And what are we doing here? Pulling treasure from another man's trash, praying that the weather would clear. But there ain't no promises here. We would dream rich, but we were dirt poor, hanging our hopes on a little more. Told each other every night it's gonna get better if we all live right. It's gonna get better if we all live right. Was the middle of nowhere, don't mean we don't care. There are friends all around. In those days you spend most days helping somebody out. You grow what you eat and hide a little weed out in between the corn. And all get together on a Saturday night, remembering what it's all for. Making love, not war. We were dream rich, but we were dirt poor, hanging our hopes on a little more. Told each other every night it's gonna get better if we all live right. It's gonna get better if we all live right. If anyone really knew what would happen in their lifetime, no one would have the strength to try. If anyone could anticipate the heartbreak, there would never be an end to the tears we would cry. Well, the years roll by and a bit at a time, almost everything has changed. Lines that seemed so certain then have faded into gray. There are parts I wouldn't do again, even if I had the chance. But there's something that I sorely miss about way back then when it was simply us. And we would dream rich, dirt poor, hanging our hopes on a little more. Told each other every night it's gonna get better if we all live right. It's gonna get better if we all. We would dream rich, but we were dirt poor, hanging our hopes on a little more. Told each other every night it's gonna get better if we all live right. It's gonna get better if we all live right. All right. Kim Prance on the bass and the vocals over there. So we've got all these new songs that just came out, and I think I'll tell you a little bit about them as we go through, and there'll be a quiz at the end. If you pass, you get to buy a CD. So this song is called Arlo, and I met this fellow down in Georgia. It must have been in 2005, 4, 5, maybe 6. And I'd go play the open mic at Eddie's Attic down there in Decatur. And sometimes my friend Will would go with me. He's sitting here tonight. And so there's this character named Arlo, and he's just a character. I don't know how else to put it. He's sort of a real-life cartoon character in a lot of ways. And I haven't seen him since then, physically, but we keep in touch. I probably text or talk to him twice a week, just about whatever. And for years, after we'd talk, he'd say something. And there's a theme where you need to be careful when you're talking to me about something with a good story in it, because I will write it down. And he after I'd talk to him, there would be some line he said related to something we were talking about. Like one of the big ones in there was about, I said I'm going to go read some stories to my daughter, and one of them came from that. I'm not going to tell you which one either. But so we actually have a gig with this guy this Thursday. He's going to open for us when we go down there to play in Decatur. And I guess I've seen him through, you talk to somebody for 15 years, no matter who it is, there's going to be some ups and downs, and there's going to be some experiences. And so I just realized a couple years ago that there was a lot of stuff written on the Arlo sheet, and I really just kind of moved it around and sang a song. And it became a #1 song on the Bluegrass Today Americana chart. Arlo's very proud. He's very proud. Doesn't even have a banjo on it, so that's hard to do. I drained my last drops of high life under a white oak in the rain. I'll stay dry for a while anyway. I'll be a grandpa come November. I did okay at the wedding. If I say the right words at the right time, I can come off as a pretty good guy. One more stop along the way. Load me up heavy, I can take the pain. Wish I could go back and do it again without the stress, just the happiness. I'm 63 years old now, still living hand to mouth, work at the aluminum plant, till Uncle Sam starts paying out 140 by the furnace. 92 outside, comes in raw on the left of the building. Goes out aircraft grade on the right. One more stop along the way. Load me up heavy, I can take the pain. I wish I could go back and do it again without the stress, just the happiness. In time, intention slips away. I never thought I'd see the day when all my children had grown and moved too far away. I'll keep molding metal as long as they can pay, just like they've molded me into what I am today. I hugged her as I was leaving. I didn't know she was gone till I got the message at home. I had to work that night at the mill, didn't tell anyone there. Shatterproof goggles on my eyes at break time. I'm in the bathroom to cry. One more stop along the way. Load me up heavy, could go back and do it again without the stress, just the happiness. Without the stress, just the happiness. Without the stress, just the happiness. Just the happiness. Just the happiness. Arlo's not quite as sad as that song is. Let me give you an example how I twisted it. Load me up heavy, I can take the pain. We were talking about amplifiers and which ones to get next. Because we were, you're like, well, that one's 22 pounds, but this one's 43 pounds. He said, load me up heavy, I can take the pain. He didn't like that I had him drinking High Life in the song. This is his primary complaint. So this is another new song. This is called Written in Red. And this is, there's two songs in here, and I don't remember what the other one is, that were somehow came from something my father-in-law said, my late father-in-law. And after he had passed, I read this interview that somebody did with him, and they asked him about the Bible, and he said, well, I don't know much about most of it. He said, I don't know much about the rest of it, but I just pay attention to the words written in red. And I had never heard that before, and I thought, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense than, seems like with all these world religions, just listening to what the person said makes a lot more sense than the things we tend to argue about. I'm just saying. I've started a song in the wrong key on live radio. I don't mean just a little bit wrong. I mean a lot wrong. and had to play through it. See, I didn't know it. The rest of the band knew it right away. I just have this paranoia. I've got a complex about it now.
Complex to have.
How's this? This is written in red. Don't look for me Sunday morning. I'll not darken the door of the churches where the word is said to be perfect and pure. They're quoting Bibles, denouncing idols, claiming no questions left. They'd be closer to the truth if they'd only pay attention to the words written in red. Oh, the words written in red. They're the words the wise man said. I steer clear of confusion that people tend to give, 'cause I only pay attention to the words written in red. I'm not saying that I'm worth saving. I'm hardly a man of God, but I've heard spirits speaking clearly, both in services and bars. It's come from preachers, it's come from prophets, and drunkards hanging their heads. But everywhere I found it, it's only because it sounds like an echo of the words in red. Oh, the words written in red. They're the words the wise man said. I steer clear tend to get. 'Cause I only pay attention to the words written in red. Well, we all find our comfort somewhere. Maybe a bottle or a pill. Some find solace in the Bible. Others find it wandering in the hills. I've got trials and I've got troubles. I'm coming in this world and the next. I don't want clergy, I don't want whiskey. Tonight I want the words in red. Oh, the words written in red. They're the words the wise man said. I steer clear of confusion that people tend to get. 'Cause I only pay attention to the words written in red. I only pay attention to the words written in red. If you had told me 5 years ago that I would have just released a legitimate gospel song, I certainly would not have believed you. Is this no stoplight zone? I don't feel like I have my thoughts together enough to really get into this soapbox yet. But I have been thinking a lot since, I don't know, since early last year. I don't know, since all this racial tension was happening over the past few years. I've just been thinking a lot about what it means to grow up in the South and what that means. Does it mean the people you grew up with? Does it mean the town you grew up in? Does it mean the people you learned from, the people you read? You know, and there's some environment to everybody's environment, if you will. But I don't know, it led me to think a lot about small towns. And you know, I grew up in a small town, still live in a small town. It's not as small as it used to be, like most of them around here. I sound like an old man. Doing okay? Is everybody okay? You feeling happy enough? I'm just thrilled to be out playing some music. We've only been doing this for a couple weeks now, so we're still getting our legs under us, but we're doing all right. For me, it's been mostly trying to figure out how to hook all my gear up again, because it's complicated and I don't remember. We played a gig in February, I think. Whenever that thing at the church was, we played at, and I couldn't remember which side this pedal board went on. And I put it back and forth, and I was about to have to just look up old pictures of us playing on the internet. Really. This tune right here is called No Stoplight Town. Still living in a no-stoplight town. We stare each other down like someone knows something. they're not telling. Never looked farther than the south, or far ahead is now. It was 10 years ago when my plans ran out. Same small town storefront, antique glass. Same rippled reflection of me moving past, thinking hard about second chances, peeking out from behind the fences. There's nothing can hold you down like the inertia of a sweet little no stoplight town. And to the left, the valley road where the lost and desperate go. A ride will take you down to where the quarry closed. Straight ahead into town, and those who are never leaving. Back behind me as the highway leads to dreaming. And I stand at crossroads with no good examples of which way to go, thinking hard about second chances, peeking out from behind the fences. There's nothing can hold you down like the inertia of a sweet little no stoplight town. The boys and girls hanging around in that low side of town, with the poppies and the speed enough, they call it Little Afghanistan. I won't claim I've never tried to kill the pain that way. We've all got our crosses and we take our comfort where we can. We've all got our crosses and we take our comfort where we can. Thinking hard about second chances, peeking out from behind the fences. There's nothing can hold you down like the inertia of a sweet little no stoplight town. All right. What else do you want to talk about? We played in a rock club down in wherever we were last night, Charlotte. And it was one of those places that if you come in the front, feels pretty cool. And by the time you get to the back, you're like, whoa. But we have to come in the back. So I've been there before. Kim had a very different first impression. I said, no, go walk out to the front and walk back this way, and it's less of a letdown. It's slower. So, like I say, we're still learning. I mean, we recorded these songs last year during the pandemic. I don't know if you've heard of it. And we had, I mean, we're usually in our own little bubbles a little bit when you record, but not like all the time. But it was different. You know, you're often in your own little audio room. You know, you couldn't see anybody's faces while we're playing. And I like your face, Kim.
Thanks. I like your face too, Aaron.
And so it's only just now we've been out getting to play them on stage. And I don't know if this makes any sense to you guys, but you go in and you record a song that you haven't played a lot. And then you get out and you start playing it, and it kind of becomes a different song. But you don't know what it's going to be yet. So this may be something completely different. We'll find out. This is a new song called Loser's Bracket. I'm rising up to the top of the loser's bracket, moving up in a world with a The Lord knows I've tried. I'm the kind of man that every woman wants. I've a mind to find one when I sober up. And I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. The top of the loser's bracket is as good as I'm gonna get. It might not look like much to you, but you don't know where I've been. There's hard times and good times intertwined, and yet I count them all as blessings, and I'll take what I can get. I'm the hardest worker in the unemployment line. I'll pay you back a penny if you'll loan me a dime. And I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. Lord knows I've tried. The top of the loser's bracket is as good as I'm gonna get. It might not look like much to you, but you don't know where I've been. There's hard times and good times intertwined, and yet I count them all as blessings, and I'll take what I can get. Tried, Lord knows I've tried, Lord knows I've tried. The top of the loser's bracket is as good as I'm gonna get. It might not look like much to you, but you don't know where I've been. There's hard times and good times intertwined, and yet I count them all as blessings, and I'll take what I can get. That is Laura Ray from Nashville, Tennessee on the banjar. Everything's gonna be good. Are we feeling good yet?
You should tell them a story about my amplifier.
Ooh. I ruined Kimberly's amplifier this afternoon.
We're not really sure that that's the case yet.
Also, I'm not really sure I did it. It's sort of act of God
act of
type
God.
thing. The back of the van got rained on very heavily and very quickly. And I thought her amp was okay. I was wiping it off, and then I realized that at least 2 cups of water had sort of run out of the corner of it as I turned it sideways. And I don't know how much y'all know about electronics, but that's liable to introduce a hum.
Oh, rice in the amp.
Like a 50-gallon barrel of rice. Standing on Main Street across from Mr. Blues in my faded leather jacket and my worn-out broken shoes. A chill north wind was blowing, but the wind was coming on as I wondered to myself just how far that how long I'd been gone. I walked across old Main Street, down a flight of stairs, stepped into the hall and saw all my friends were there. A neon sign was flashing, welcome, come on in, feel so good, feeling good again. My favorite band was playing an Otis Redding song. When they sang the chorus, everybody sang along. Oh, that was my favorite line too. I'm gonna do it again. That's my favorite line. Favorite band was playing Otis Redding's song. When they sang the chorus, everybody sang along. Dan and Margarita, they were swaying side by side. I heard they were divorcing, but I guess they let it slide. And I wished I had some money for which to buy around. I wish I'd passed my paycheck before I'd come to town. But I reached into my pocket, found 3 20s and a 10. Feels so good, feeling good again. Feels so good, feeling good again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was old man Perkins sitting on his stool, watching Butch and Jimmy John talking loud and playing pool. The boys from Silver City, they were standing by the fire, saying like they thought they were the Tabernacle Choir. And I wanted you to see it all, I wish that you were there. I looked across the room and saw you standing on the stair. And when I caught your eye, I saw you break into a grin. Feels so good, feeling good again. Yeah. Feels so good, feeling good again. And I wanted you to see it all, I wish that you were there. I looked across the room and saw you standing on the stair. And when I caught your eye, I saw you break into a grin. Feels so good, feeling good again. Yeah, it does. Feels so good, feeling good again. Feels so good, feeling good again. What time is it? How are we doing? Anybody got to go home yet? Saturday night. Oh, okay, I'll play some more sad songs, or hopeful sad songs. That's what most of these tend to be, apparently. What key is this?
I don't know, what song is it?
I won the fight. Is it an F?
F, yes.
That's a good one.
That's good.
Oh boy. I hope I remember this.
This is another new one. You ever heard anybody say, you want to be happy or do you want to be right? I mean, I'd like to be both when at all possible. That comes in a lot of times in my life. There's a new song called I Won the Fight. It's not a battle automatic, repeating what's been said. Once we're down to parsing out the words, there's two of us talking and none of us being heard. I couldn't see beyond the day. I said things I didn't need to say. Do I wanna be happy or wanna be right? I lost the day when I won the fight. There's rain outside the kitchen window glass. The rain has been, tears have been falling hard and falling fast. The sun will come and bake the pavement dry, but inside there's not a light that bright. I couldn't see beyond the day. I said things I didn't need to say. Do I wanna be happy or wanna be right? I lost the day when I won the fight. The moon, the tides, the ebb and flow, a day in the life to follow where it goes. Time will bring it down to where we wanna be. But today I saw that my problem was only me. I couldn't see beyond the day. I said things I didn't need to say. Do I wanna be happy or wanna be right? I lost the day when I won the fight. I lost the day when I won the fight. Well, thank you for being here, first off. This has been very nice. We've had a bunch of CD releases over here, over the years. It's been a little while. But I like this one the best. How you like this new setup here with the what have you? Yeah, we're enjoying it a lot. And there's no drummers? No drummers? You can, any banjo joke, you can just put drummer in. What? I left my home and all the trees had fallen, left the den many years ago. Once again those hills are calling me back to my family home. I left and thought I'd try my hand at farming, too young to know all I didn't know. Found like most I couldn't make a living, work all year, can't pay back what you owe. I've got in mind that I'll make it this time. If I can get back from Harmondale and climb up in the hills again, Roosevelt's gonna save me. Give me that job with the CCC. If I can get back to Harmondale, if I can get back to Harmondale, if I can get back to Harmondale. get back to Harmon. Guess you can't blame a man for trying. Trying's the only hope to ever get ahead. But I'm running home now, boys, and I am flying, signing up for 3 squares in a bed. And I've got in mind that I'll make it this time. If I can get back to Harmondale, climb up in the hills again, Roosevelt's gonna save me. Give me that job at the CCC if I can get back to Harmondale. Get back to Harmondale. If I can get back to Harmondale. If I can get back to Harmondale. How about it, Dad? Till there weren't a stick left there to pull. I've got in mind to make another 100, planting trees back into the soil. I've got in mind that I'll make it this time. If I can get back to Harmondale and climb up in the hills again, Roosevelt's gonna save me. Give me that job with the CCC. If I can get back to Harmondale. If I can get back to Harmondale. I can get back to Harmondale. I can get back to Harmondale. Hey, thank you guys. We're going to take a break for about 15 minutes. Please go back there and buy some T-shirts and CDs. Actually, buy a bunch of the CDs. That helps us out a lot, like with the billboards and all those things. I'll come see you out there in a minute, certainly at the end of the show, because to be perfectly honest, we need to put together our set list for the second half. Thank you. We'll be right back.
Now she's with one of my good time buddies and they're drinking in some crosstown bar. Sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post. Oh Lord, I feel like I'm dying. Now my friends tell me I've been such a fool. I had to stand by and take it, baby, all for loving you. Drown myself in sorrow as I look at what you've done. Nothing seemed to change, the bad times stay the same, and I can't run. Sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post. How long I feel like I'm dying. Sometimes I feel, sometimes I feel like I've been tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post, tied to the whipping post. Oh Lord, I feel like I'm dying. Thank you. Good night. Enjoy the show. This is called Good Night, Irene. Anybody out there named Irene? Is that your middle name? All right, this is for all the Irenes in our lives.
Tell you all a true story about the last of the red hot mamas, all right? Her name was Mary Burt Norton, and she was otherwise known as the Queen of the 88s. That's right. Now when I was 10 years old, I'd been playing the piano for 7 years, but I could not read a note of music. And one day, my mama and my daddy, they said, Kelly, it's time you learn how to read some music. Might come in handy someday. They were right. And they took me to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different piano teachers, and every one of those old ladies said, well, you play all right, but this playing by ear is not gonna go around here, and this boogie-woogie thing has got to go. Got to go. And every time I'd go home crying. And my mom looked at my dad and she said, you know what? Something's not right. And she got an idea. She said, Kelly, come on with me and don't cry no more. 'cause it's time to go see the Queen. So we went down to 5th and Arundel Street in Emporia, Kansas. That's right. And we pulled up to a little brown house about the size of this stage, and out walked Mary. She's about 5 feet tall, just about 5 feet wide. She had herself a bright red wig on her head, and that woman had a ring on every finger. She was waving a cigarette around in the air. She looked me up and down and put her hands on her hips, and she said, "Child," she said, "Child," she said, "what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I do not want to take piano lessons from you." Now remember, I was 10 years old at the time, and she was scaring me half to death. So she said, "I don't feel like teaching you any, so it's all right. I asked you what you want to do." So I put my hands on my hips, and I looked right back at her, and I said, "Well, I'll tell you what I want to do. I want to boogie woogie. That's what I want to do." And all of a sudden, everything changed. She dropped that cigarette. She took me by the hand. She said, "Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on." And we went inside of that little bitty house. And the main piece of furniture in that tiny living room, it was a chocolate brown baby grand piano. And I thought I'd died and gone to heaven. She said, "I want to sit down, play you a little song, and you tell me if that's what you want to learn how to do. All right?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm ready. Come on." And so she got her wig ready, and she got her rings ready, and she sat herself down on the piano bench, and she went like this. And then she looked at me. She said, "Is that what you..."
He puts his hat on the table and picks up his guitar. The music of the night has slowed to a crawl. In a concrete room, he sings through the bars, far from the lights, the stage and the stars. Pack up the circus, hang up the reins, turn out the lights. It's time for a change. Everyone knows the moon only glows, and the real show starts when the lions are back in their cage. Are we all in motion at the edge of the wheel? Are we holding on for life and spinning our heels? And if we dive from a dizzying height, would it be less lonely in the glow of the night? Pack up the circus, hang up the reins, turn out the lights. It's time for a change. Everyone knows the moon only glows, and the real show starts when the lions are back in their cage. the circus. Hang up the reins. Turn out the lights. It's time for a change. Everyone knows the mood only goes, but the sun is on fire, and the real show starts when the lions are back in their cage. Someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. Thinking that I've known this all along. I'll ask what's this got to do with me? 'Cause I'm ill prepared. I wish I cared like you. You're the one I'd rather be. Someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. I feel like I've blown this every day. I didn't take a chance and now I'll dearly pay. So give yourself to love long overdue. She may need to hear you say, someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. And I'd hold my breath, scared to death that somebody would take you away. But someday I'll belong. Someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. And I'd hold you close. Rain and rust can slowly turn the best of us. But someday I'll belong. Oh, someday I'll belong. Someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. And I hold my breath, scared to death that somebody would take you away. But someday I'll belong. Someday I'll begin to begin again. Someday I'll be strong. Someday someday I'll belong. And I hold my breath, scared to death that somebody would take you away. But someday I'll belong. Ooh, someday I'll belong.
I've got a tinderbox heart. One look can set it afire. Roars out of control from just a spark. Yeah, I've got a tinderbox heart. Since the days of the schoolyard, I've been trying to find a piece to the puzzle that I know was left back behind. A flash of a smile is like a beacon of light from far away. A laugh at a joke that I've told warms me like a flame, like a flame. And I've got a tinderbox heart. One look can set it afire. Roars out of control from just a spark. Yeah, I've got a tinderbox heart. Now trust is a delicate thing, much harder to get back than to toss away. And I won't say my heart's a liar, but it tells me things overstated. And I have found I can't bring together everything I feel and I see. Yeah. Eggs all in one basket are like the eggs thrown away. Thrown away. And I've got a tinderbox heart. One look can set it afire. Roars out of control from just a spark. I've got a tinderbox heart. So I'll ask out of pity or kindness, please walk away unless you could find us together in a sense I don't dare to imagine, 'cause too many times it's tugged at my heart in a way that's left me sad and confused enough that today I'm sure it's too hard on me to hope, and I'm better off lonely than hurt. Better off lonely than hurt. And I've got a tinderbox heart. One look can set it afire. Roars out of control from just a spark. Yeah, I've got a tinderbox heart. Yeah, I've got a tinderbox heart. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for sticking around. An oldie but goodie. Hey, it's happy songs all night. Last night. Ah, y'all are so quiet. I mean, that's good. Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. I can't carry the load for you and me, brother. I can't carry the load 'cause I'm much too tired. Got my own set of troubles. Got my own way to find. And I'm a man of generous nature, but it can only go so far. As much as I'd like to want to help you, brother, I'm just gonna walk away and leave things like they are. Got my own family to care for. Got my It's tough enough without you counting on me. You can't carry the load. For you and me, brother, can't carry the load. 'Cause I'm much too tired. Got my own set of troubles. Got my own way to fight. Have I learned? Daniel. So today I'll go my own way. And I tell you truly, I count you as a friend. I wish you day after day of blessings. Maybe someday our paths will cross again. Can't carry the load for you and me, brother. I can't carry the load, 'cause I'm much too tired. I got my own set of troubles. Got my own way to find. I can't carry, I can't carry, I can't carry the load. I can't carry, I can't carry, I can't carry the load. I can't carry, I can't carry, I can't carry the load. I can't carry, I can't carry, and I can't carry the load.
How bad is it if I play working class now? What key is it in? That's all the way the hell up here, isn't it? Do you have to switch to play working class?
Yeah,
No.
I'll do it.
I'll do it. I'll change. Please. We're gonna play the other one. I don't want to have to change your banjo.
The time we spent talking about it, I could have done it already.
She's new. I don't want to make her mad. So then we're playing working. Then we're playing hard hand. We're still in the honeymoon phase. Keep going. You're doing great. Okay, this is a new one. It's called Hard Hand. Snow lays heavy on the ground. I need to work, but I can't get out. We've got food for a week or two. I guess we've got what we need for now. I worked a job for a man I called a neighbor. Decided he was rich enough that he didn't have to pay me. But he used me as long as he could, then he cursed me and sent me on my way. Life dealt us a hard hand. It's been too long now, we've been down. When I gather it up, we've got just enough, doing the best we can with a hard hand, a hard hand. The bills are all behind, the ends aren't gonna meet. The numbers circle round and round, and they keep me from my sleep. When my wife got sick, all they could find was a bill for 6 months' earnings, put us farther behind. We're better off than many others I can think of, but that doesn't make it any easier for us. Life dealt us a hard hand. It's been too long now, we've been down. When I gather it up, we've got just enough, doing the best we can with a hard hand, hard hand. Those who have got it are only getting more, and those of us who don't, we're only getting poorer. And a man and a woman mean nothing in the eyes of the banks and the companies that are running our lives. And this might be where we have to take our stand, not like our forefathers defending this land, not for God or country or a master plan, but just the right to feed a family as an honest working man. Life dealt us a hard hand. It's been too long now, we've been down. When I gather it up, we've got just enough, doing the best we can with a hard hand, hard hand, hard hand, hard hand. Will you switch now? Okay, thanks.
Let's do it.
You know, that song's a good example of how we sort of we've been having some success in the bluegrass world, and we're like, well, thank you. It's a little unusual. We're like on the we're on the Americana side of bluegrass, really. So we don't really qualify. I'd like to say we're bluegrass adjacent. We went down to IBMA, it must have been 2 years ago, and we showcased down there, and they have this what do they call that thing? The gig fair, where you go from it's like speed dating with venues. If you make the cut, you get to go through this, gymnasium sized thing and sit down. It's 4 minutes, wasn't it? Like 4 minutes at each table, and you go and you here we are, here's what we are. I mean, it's not great. But we went around and met a bunch of people, and some of them came out to our showcase, and my favorite guy at the end, he was really excited. He was like, "Man, y'all were great. You're not bluegrass." I was like, "Well, you're right. We're not really. But thanks anyway."
We've done the drummer thing. We'd have to get a bigger van. I've always found myself right before the dawn. There's a quiet hour before the sunlight comes on. In the daytime we're rushing around. Ever since we were kids in this town. Back when all we could ask is to be working class. Watch and learn your craft from those who came before you. From those who came before. I learned to do the work from old men. They learned and turned from those who are gone. They taught me how to get through the days and how to trade my life for a wage. That's when all we could ask is to be working class. Watch and learn your craft from those who came before you. From those who came before. Looking back through glassy eyes, we were prouder than we were wise. Full of hope, we didn't know we're only feeding dragons sitting on their hoards of gold and bones. I wish someone told me the truth of the American dream. Back when all we could ask is to be working class. Watch and learn your craft from those who came before you. From those who came before. From those who came before. We learned from those who came before. Okay then. That's my proletariat folk song. We were having to come up with some genre descriptions, and I believe that was one of them, wasn't it? Proletariat grass?
Oh,
We didn't think
like that.
we didn't think that was going to fly.
working class, soul grass.
Yeah, that's right. Working class still. That's right. Proletariat folk. No. I think anything with the word proletariat in it is probably not going to be the best marketing. I mean, I'm just learning these things, but from what I know. Okay, we're going to play an old song called "Pennies on the Tracks" about my hometown in Saluda and the train tracks and the people who built it back in the 1800s.
imagine mixes with the fog till one's just like the next, cut by the whistle call. Mind your job, boys, and take your work to heart. One wrong move and we'll all be torn apart. There's no room for error, short death for mistakes. If pride in your work won't guide you, let the fear of God today. Pennies on the track, boys, pennies on the tracks. Lay 'em down today, 'cause I might not be back if I lose control. Running down the grade in the Carolina Special takes another life today. The Carolina Special takes another life today. In 90 days they cut the line up the grade. 100 men, convicts, little more than slaves, all gave their days, and many gave their lives to cut a flat above the river for this luxury life. They crushed the rock and they cut the earth away, and they crushed those men as the progress was made. Every white man lost since is written down, but not those scores of men of the kind we didn't count. Pennies on the track, boys, pennies on the tracks. Lay 'em down today, 'cause I might not be back if I lose control. Running down the grade in the Carolina Special takes another life today. The Carolina Special takes another life today. 200 tons rolling down the line, cold steel cradle for 100 lives. Screaming down the mountain, chaos controlled. All aboard, praying that the brakeman keeps hold. We're flying by the graves of those who came before us. The men who shaped this ground, they were buried in the forest. They called to me as we passed by. Some men live and some men die. Some men live and some men die. And the Carolina Special is the finest line of the finest steel and the finest design. And I think she's gonna get us through safe today and keep those spirits calls at bay. I think we're gonna make it through safe today. I think we're gonna make it through today. My wife begged this morning, said, please don't go. Your family needs you more than they need you on that railroad. I said, settle down, don't you worry. And I lied and said nothing could happen to me. A man wants to be part of something greater than he is, to leave a mark, to show that he lived. And he might dance with danger, and he might dance with death. And I might today, before I'm home to rest. Pennies on the track, boys, pennies on the tracks. Lay 'em down today, 'cause I might not be back if I lose control. Running down the grade in the Carolina Special takes another life today. The Carolina Special takes another life today. Another life today. Another life today. Another life today. Guys, give a hand to Daniel and Laura here for the solos. They're something else. And Miss Kim France for keeping control of all of us up here.
I wish somebody was there to do that last night. We played a rather noisy, it was a boisterous crowd. They had a lot to say. I was in Charlotte. Real close to South Carolina.
It's gotten to the point where I have to ask somebody, am I in the right key? Hey, we all need a little help, you know what I mean? I like the story about how President Obama liked to just have one suit and one tie. So he was like, I have a lot of decisions to make, and I don't need to be wasting any of my decisions on that. So, yeah, if somebody can just tell me what key I'm in, and if I'm in the wrong key, I don't have to think about it. It's good to have a band that'll babysit you a little bit. Yeah, so we've just started traveling together again, starting some adventures. Started one. We're having adventures right now, aren't we? This is a song from a few years back from another ensemble doing the same business. This is called Rock and Roll. In at 4 a.m., back out at 5 again. Part the waters of I-85 and we're pointing north, 8 hours to go. With the other clowns in this traveling show. Stop if you got to, not if you don't. 'Cause every mile down we're another mile closer. Put out the fires from home on the phone. Pretending it's a business when you know it's a joke. Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Didn't you say you wanna know all about it? Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Well, you know about it now. Gas station breakfast, egg salad on white. No brew strong enough to cut through the night. It's tough to stay up and still stay clean. Night and out in the passenger seat. God's own sunrise off to the right. Squint out the window at the blinding light. Got our hands on the glass and our eyes on the natives. We're on safari through the southern states. Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Didn't you say you wanna know all about it? Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Well, you know about it now. And then comes showtime and it's instant glory under the lights. It's a whole different story. You speak from your heart and you feed off the crowd. Plug those folk songs in and turn them up too loud. Look past the lights and try to keep it jumping. Keep the energy up and the hearts are pumping. Stay in control. Don't let them see that you're just a bluegrass picker hiding behind a Telecaster. Y'all, that's a joke. I don't know if anybody got it. If we work real hard and play every little town, maybe someday we'll make it on Where Are They Now? We'll have rap sheets and court dates, rehab and lawyers, ugly chapters and dragged out Didn't you say you want to know all about it? Didn't you say you want to rock and roll? Well, you know about it now. And I might be old and gray, but I'm gonna make it big someday. Yeah. I might be old and gray, but I'm gonna make it big someday. Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Didn't you say you wanna know all about it? Didn't you say you wanna rock and roll? Well, you know about it now. Well, you know about it now. True story. I can give you some of that. Actually, on that trip, that was when my daughter was a very small infant, my 6-year-old now, and my wife had a Honda Fit, and she had decided to drive down to somewhere, Columbia, or she decided to take a trip several hours away with a, I don't know, it was in February. She must have been like a couple months old, and she blew a tire on the interstate and pulled over in one of those spots that really didn't have any room between the line and the thing, and called, and we're in the van in Virginia somewhere, and she's got one of those, I mean, she knows how to change a tire, no joke, but it had the tires that had one of those locking hubs on it, one of those mags. She's never, you know, and I was like, well, how, she's like, find me some help. And we were like, oh, I was driving, I was like, Jeff, okay, start looking stuff up. And that's putting out fires from home on the phone. And there's another one. There's another good story in there. I don't know. I'll probably move on. Oh yeah. Speaking of stories, here's a good one. This is a new song called "Too Far From Home," and this is the other one where I stole verbatim from a friend of mine. The second verse in this was. That's just exactly what he said to me. I wrote it all down and turned it into a song and tried to profit off of his own pain and suffering. And y'all come buy the CD after the show. That's when the profit starts to roll in. I'll come out there after the show. We had business in the back of the set break. I'm sorry I didn't get to say hi to you. Know how to play this?
Almost.
We went over it. But I need to not play it too winds me around, then it's straight lines for days, and I'm westward bound. I've got a sandwich on the seat, and coffee strong and sweet, and 3/4 of the tank full of the job I quit last week. Wondering if I left anything worth keeping, or there was something I should have saved. But it's the baby with the bathwater. I'm off the beaten path with a plan to make a clean break. My bearings are so hard to find, the roads that I know left behind. These landmarks are all of a kind that I've never known, and I feel like I'm too far from home. Trouble on federal land, caught a mandatory minimum, did a 6-year span in backwoods West Virginia. Place was pretty nice, a prison's still a prison, but they treated us alright. Just a split rail fence between us and the road, Said if you ran, you'd get a splinter, but then have no place to go. Released to a temp job and my probation time, then my records disappeared. So did I, and the lesson that ends up being learned doesn't always match what's being served. Spend my whole life standing next to fires, wondering why I'm burned, and I feel like I'm too far from home. What was closest is farthest away. The people who love me, the place I was raised, I barely see their faces, and I cannot see their smiles anymore. I rolled back into Nebraska on Highway 20. My phone's down to 7%. Every person that I've known, every image that I've owned will disappear when it runs out. That'll be the end of everything I've been. There's no limping back over bridges I burn. I drop it in the desert grass. Sun and rain erase the past, leave it here, never to return. And my memories will all fade away to black as the battery drains. How did I ever find my way out here alone? And I feel like I'm too far from home. Feel like I'm too far from home. I feel like I'm too far from home. See, I got my check. I got my go ahead. It's 3 in the morning in the drive-through lane. I shouldn't be behind the wheel, but I'm here just the same. I had to get another burger, I just couldn't wait. Bottom shelf bourbon, sip it while I wait. Drive another nail in the coffin, I'm too late now to stop it. Doesn't matter wrong or right. Don't waste your time thinking about what you could have done differently. Just drive another nail in the coffin, get that lid on tight, and it's almost done. And it's almost done. And it's almost done. And it's almost done. That night in the diner, when you broke it all down, you said how the love you'd poured on me had all run out. That's when I exploded, plates on the floor. I went screaming and shouting out the double doors. Drive another nail in the coffin, too late now to stop it. Doesn't matter wrong or right. Don't waste your time thinking about what you could have done differently. Just drive another nail in the coffin, get that lid on tight, and it's almost done. And it's almost done. it's almost done. And it's almost done. And it's almost done. You all, we are incredibly grateful for you to coming out here to the beautiful Isis Restaurant Music Hall. What a lovely place, what a wonderful place to play music. I'm glad they're here. Please give a hand to Kim France. And this is Daniel Ullum. And of course, Laura Ray. We got one more song for you. Close out the evening. Hey, come see us in Atlanta, and Arlo's going to open up. Anything could happen. One of my favorite songs of his was, "Do You Like My New Tattoo?" This could go really poorly. We'll see what happens next week. But anyway, thank you for being here. And AaronBurdett.com has all the things. And let's talk at the what you have you back there after we get done. I'll be right out. Thanks for the tips.
Thank you.
Baby needs new shoes.
Wait, don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet.
Don't do it yet. Okay, now do it.
Any other business I need to take care of before we finish? I think we're all clear. Thank you very much. Wish I was a Rockefeller, wish I was a richer fella, wish I was a Carnegie with money far as I can see, but I'm flat busted here in Knoxville, Tennessee. But I don't owe nobody nothing, and nobody's got no paper held on me. I'd be content for sure if I had a little bit more, and I've been getting by with what is mine. 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 I wish I was an Einstein, rule the world with my mind. If I was Socrates, I'd submit you to a question, and I'd argue any point I need with absolute clarity. Ain't anything you could get by me. I'd march up to the pearly gates and talk my way right past St. Pete. Might not be good enough to fool the Lord, but it'd be good enough to fool you for sure. But I've been getting by with what is mine. 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 I ain't got enough to buy a dang thing, but I've got this guitar and a song to sing. And I've been getting by with what is mine. I've been getting by with what is mine. I've been getting by with is mine. I've been getting by with what is mine. Wish I was a Vanderbilt, I'd hide out in that house we built. Wish I was Coca-Cola selling all the sugar water. Wish I was Sara Lee, be living on Banana Creek. Wish I was Exxon burning crude until it's gone. Wish I was Nabisco, I'd fill up on those Oreos. Wish I was Nabisco, I'd fill up on those Oreos. Fill up on Oreos, double stuff Oreos. Yeah, eat them Oreos. That's it. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much. Appreciate you all.